at Insurtech task force at EIOPA. There we are working first of all to clarify the concepts. We issue more papers about big data, about blockchain, about artificial intelligence, deep learning, because first of all, people should understand very well about what we are speaking. Because a lot of time these nice innovative words sound well, but it's a quite far distance between a word and what happens in reality or what is in the back. And I spoke before about artificial intelligence. When we are speaking about to train a network, the main ethical issue is about biased practices. Because if you are learning a network in a way that the insurance company wish to obtain more profit, it's in the detriment of the consumer. And how the network is trained is very important and should not be biased by the trainer, because other way is not fair to the client, to the consumer. So this is an example of an ethical approach. And also EIOPA, separately of this task force, has an digital ethic committee group who is developing policy there, covering all these aspects of ethical aspects of artificial intelligence, and in general, what means innovation, digital transformation.
Yeah. Okay. But one of the main concern regarding to the ethical issue, actually, it's attached with the basic principle of the insurance mechanism, and this is
just
of risk. Okay.
One word, we are experiencing technical difficulties and I'm technically no longer the host, but Belma is here with us and we should give her the floor for her presentation.
Okay.
So the alternative host will do that and then I will probably switch back into my role.
Okay.
Sorry.
No problem.
Okay, thanks a lot, Dano. Well, I'm just gonna make a shorter presentation, even though I wanted to have a much more slides, but to tell you the truth, the Bosnia is the really beginning stage of digitalization in all sectors, in all areas. So just in short about the digitalization, I'm just gonna say in short about the digitalization in the insurance sector, insurance industry in Bosnia and Herzegovina. Well,
would you like to share your screen, Belma?
Well, okay. Hold on, I just want to open the presentation. So at the beginning, just in a couple of words, but you all are familiar with that the technology did change the way the companies start doing their businesses and deliver the products to consumers in many sectors, and especially insurance sectors, insurance industry, because of this, the technologies are smarter, faster, and much more economically viable. And to establish competitiveness, ensure the economic progress of the country, we know that the key in that is the development of information and communication technologies. As I said at the beginning, Bosnia is really at the beginning phase of digitalization in all the sectors and segments of development on information and communication technologies. Well, when going through a couple of surveys and reports that we have in the country and in our agency, we can see that insurance and reinsurance companies did bring some numerous advantages and also potential disadvantages in this area of implementing or taking the steps into for the digitalization in the country. Some of the advantages that were mentioned is the catastrophic risk management control because of the chances of being able to create inaccurate models for predicting catastrophic events. Big data analytic tools, even though many countries probably are using it 90%, we are still at the beginning, but we have actively 30% of the firms or the agencies that are using the big data analytic tools for in their work, and there are like 20% of them that are in the concept phase for starting to use big data analytic tools. They're mostly, those models are mostly used for pricing and risk insurance. Cloud computing service, which is like a key factor for data agility and the analytics. We have like 30% of the insurance companies that are using it, and some additional 30%, 34%, may I say, they will move to the cloud computing services probably in the next couple of years. The disadvantages that were kind of pointed out in our country were, for now at this point, is the increase the cost of insurance and reinsurance, which is basically due to the need to invest in the educating people, as well as the purchase of hardware and software that will accelerate the implementation of the digitalization in the insurance industry. The increase the risk of copying the business models. Basically, that's how fast are we able to use and implement the new forms of technology to compete with other insurance agencies. Basically, for the competition, it's a very a great risk. The great exposures to risks are, at this phase, are the cyber risks, then the possibility of making erroneous conclusions based on the analytical data that we have while doing the digital data processing, and the resistance of certain segments of policyholders, especially the elderly people. One of the key disadvantages that we have in our country, probably in the Balkans too, because of the mentality that we have, is the absence, is that the problem of maintaining and managing relations with customers because of the absence of personal contact in sales. Because we usually like to have all things live, not through the digital not through the digital services. The digitalization in insurers, rightly, there is a chance of having of buying insurance policy online. The green card has been also digitalized, and now we can have it received by email, or we can print it on a paper and have it on our phone. While like a year ago, we had to go to the insurance office agency and get the paper, which is really a green. Now it's even simpler. Then we have some insurance agencies have launched the ViberBot applications, where most of the things can be done through the Viber applications, where you can buy health insurance, travel insurance much faster than to go to the office or the agency. Then there's a possibility of the web shops. Many of the insurance agencies have web shops now, and which is easier. Like, it gives us a shorter. Well, we can save time in the chances of buying and paying for the insurance. While online sales in our markets are still developing, the pandemic did draw the attention to this type of doing this type of possibility of doing businesses, but we are still in our country. We are still kind of in a typical sales, and the new distribution channels are very hard to accept. So the branches as the oldest sales channels and direct contacts are still the primary and standard ways of contact and sales in our country, especially insurance sector. Practice, well, as I've mentioned at the beginning, the insurance policies can be purchased through the web and mobile applications now. The insurance collect data on potential customers. So we have through the social networks, using certain predictive tools to anticipate the needs of the consumers and customers, so they can have so they can offer them a better product. E-policy as a classic insurance policy in Bosnia and Herzegovina is not possible to have an e-policy for car insurance yet, but the e-policy for life insurance and other types of insurance are provided by insurance companies in the Beha market. I have to mention that the digital tools are still insufficiently used in our country. Well, the possibilities of online reporting of damages and checking the status of claims processing is one of the services that Beha insurance companies can provide to their clients much better using the digital tools. Well, I just had to mention that. Insurance, the insurance offers can be contracted through the web platforms and the other smart devices, which allows customers with less time spent and without coming to the branch. And it's not, well, that's the possibility now that's offered to our customers, because it shortens the period for claiming damages and achieves other benefits for other users of insurance services. Other positive examples is that in Bosnia, the customers are offered now the possibility to get like 10 to 40% discounts on the purchase of travel insurance or property insurance if they are bought online. Then the Beha market consumers are not, well, I have to mention that they're not adequately informed with the benefits that they have from the insurance companies if they use the online, if they buy policies through the web online shops because of the discounts that they have. In the conclusion, I have to say that to improve the relations with end users and increase the level of use of digital tools for providing insurance service in insurance companies in Bosnia, the insurance companies should be more agile to promote the benefits of using digital tools for policy holders, especially by applying omnichannel marketing like we have in the case of banking systems. Well, one of the reasons for that is that the mentality of people in this area is different than in other countries of the Western Balkans. It will take a long time for people to start using the methods of buying insurance policies online through the web shops, because we are used to doing things by direct interactions with agents, because it's something that's kind of like more acceptable in this area, especially in our country, because we usually have like thousands of questions and we want to have the immediate answers before we do things or buy policies, especially policies. And when we are doing it online, it's totally different. So people are kind of they will rather not buy it online than then they would rather go to the agency than buy it online. Then there's another thing that people still need to gain the trust in insurance companies. They still feel insecurity and mistrust, and there are a lot of issues that policyholders can get in direct contact with the insurance agents. That's from my side for the beginning, because digitalization is still very, very at the beginning phase in our country. So if I can provide you any more information, I would be glad to.
Thank you, Bema. We are exactly on schedule. So I would like to invite the panel members for brief remarks if they have any, because we have next presentations waiting. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You should maybe mention that looking now to the conclusion about digital transformation of insurance company, but in general about all companies, sometimes we are speaking about heavy innovation, but the companies are not having basic IT functionalities. So we are speaking about data and how we are training network, but the data in the databases of the companies are bad and the quality of data is weak. So I don't think that it's good all time to speak about innovation with for the sake of innovation, without a thing that first of all companies should have an IT framework, solid one, correct one, with correct architecture, correct services inside of their organization and for clients, and after that they innovate. And I think what this is can be also on risk, ethical risk, and finally it's an operational risk on the side of the market when we are trying to innovate without to have a real good IT infrastructure in your back. Because starting to digitalize and to transform a company from a paper-based to a digital one, but if you are doing in a bad way, the services will be also bad, will not be better. And a lot of times we are trying to innovate or to digitalize, trying to escape from problems, but in fact the problems will be more deeply. This is another aspect that digitalization, innovation should be taken in consideration. So also from at European level, if you see now it appeared DORA. DORA is coming with exactly this operational, technical operation, infrastructural aspects that the company should implement to be resilient, to be solid one.
Okay. I will add something related with the Kalin comments, which fully agree with his comments, and it was also my experience working in the Insurance Supervisory Authority in Macedonia, that the companies were not ready by themselves in having efficient informative infrastructure or software solution for their everyday business operation. But that will be also valid for the supervisory authorities, that also they should implement their, let's say, not subtech and regtech technology, but to have fully comprehensive and effective software solution for the supervisory needs. And this effective solution can be in favor to follow the solvency position of the insurance players, producing early warning system, indicators, and many other effective tools. So therefore, the supervisors, because now we are talking about regulation and supervision, by themselves, they should be digitalized, and then in parallel to send a message by imposing legal requirements by publishing bylaws or other recommendation to the insurance industry in order to be more effective in terms of IT and software solution.